after the poor calls.
Emma Okwi. And the shot still very dangerous. And they seem to have gotten a shot in the arm of Energy as they go for goal again. And that should have...
That's about it when it comes to football. And my guests in studio today, Kenya Rugby Union Communications, from the Communication Department, Michael Kwambo, Homeboys Radio and Raga House, Eric Njiro, here to talk about state of rugby. But before we even get to the state of rugby, I saw you guys were very engrossed. That Ghana versus Uganda match. What are your thoughts? Do you think those were legitimate goals?
Last one was a legitimate goal, but I saw that match, but the referee saying that was an offside, man, no. That was a good goal, and I'm sure they're going to appeal, and maybe they can get the match replayed again.
And you really look like your team Ghana.
Someone that have been there for the last 3 World Cups. I've been watching them with them team Egypt, so I really like watching them in the World Cup. But them outside this coming here, man, no.
Don't you think that probably it would be good to have an East African country heading to the World Cup? I mean, Uganda.
We're not up to that level. We're not going there to play matches.
But you have to start somewhere, Eric.
Yeah, start by winning the Africa Cup of Nations.
Okay. Kwambo?
Well, the referee called it, but like they say, the referee's decision is final. There's also another quote there, like he said. I think just take it as it is, because also if you look at it, Ghana have struggled. They should have won their earlier games. Yeah. So you don't want to start hinging your hopes on the referee's call, because you can get the replay and lose the replay. So I guess it's tough luck for them. Plan for 2022. Yep. And
let's now come back to the state of rugby in the nation. First of all, I think what is new is the fact that the annual Safari Sevens tournament was called off. I don't know what you gentlemen feel about the fact that this tournament has been here for such a long time. It's synonymous with the rugby season in the country, and it's not there. Kwambo.
Well, hard call to make. We're obviously gutted. Yep.
Eric?
For me, with this, I'm going with KRU. Where we are now in Kenya, I mean, it's elections every week, every month. As in, you can't host anything right now. Teams can't come. We're expecting England to come, Fiji to come. I mean, those guys can't come here. They know how our country is after elections. So it was the right decision to make. No one was to come here, and we have to go like that.
But it also does feel like, citing political reasons purely is also an easy way to probably escape probably other issues, because when we say that teams do not want to come, I mean, I do know of regional teams, Uganda, Namibia, who are interested in coming. I mean, why not work with regional teams and probably pull more teams from Kenya, probably have like 5 outfits from the country, just to make sure that the tournament probably runs than cancelling and calling it off completely. Maybe I would throw that question to Kwambo. Yeah. Well, I have seen you giving him a side eye, so yeah.
He's from there.
He's work for you. He's from there. You're from there, Kwambo.
Yeah, well, you make plans, and you don't want to start going to contingency plans towards the end. It's either you deliver something quality or you don't. So for the sake of the trends and everything, because we're trying to get the tournament on an up and up. Quality sides had confirmed their participation, but just because of 1 or 2 things, I mean, like I said, it was a hard call that had to be made. So I've
seen teams publicly getting disappointed. Samurai, were really looking forward. I know at some point they were looking for sponsors. They managed to get sponsors, and they were ready to come. But I mean, really, when the union says for political reasons, what do they really mean? I mean, the political situation, the temperatures, or the political situation affecting sponsors. Break it down for us.
I really wouldn't. For me to break it down would also be
just a little bit.
Would be infringing on the confidentiality of some of the discussions. But basically, it's just there's a lot of uncertainty, so you can't plan. You can't commit to anything, and as event organizers, how do you get down to pulling an event without any commitment from anywhere? So it becomes a point of tough calls, tough choices to make.
And Eric, how do you interpret the political situation being the reason as to why Safari Sevens is not there?
I think one thing I would have done is have the Safari Sevens before October 26th. That's like 1 week before the elections. so that like guys can come, because I'm sure guys who are saying that we're not coming to Kenya, it's because they know after the elections we may be having some things that cannot be good to our nations, and so that means they won't be coming here after 26th. But now also putting that Safari Sevens before 26th, it's another issue, because we're now like 20 days to 26th.
Actually 2 weeks, 3
2
days.
weeks now, so it's a very short time to start planning. Then the other tournaments also happening in the US and other places, so it was really a short time to start planning about that. Yeah.
And then maybe just to add, the dates had been planned over a year in advance, so there are things that you cannot mitigate. For example, we all knew the election would be on the 8th of August. It would be a done deal. But anything that happened after that was something that was not mitigated for, because first you are working with the date of 17th and then the date of 26th, and you know, as you move closer it becomes a lot more difficult.
But I think it all goes to our nation, because last week Botswana, Yemen are going to elections, and they actually lost in a tournament, October 1st. It went so well.
By the way, Berlin Marathon was happening on the same day.
On the same day, then October 1st.
That's why I find the political reason as something, I don't know, I don't know, I feel like it's escapist, and I do not,
It may be escapist, but it's the truth of the matter. I think this is maybe a call to a political class. I mean, it's not life or death, but that's the situation that it's made to look like, that it's life or death. So when you have negative statements, when you have coverage, for example, if you listen to international radio stations and they cover our demonstrations, and they will not differentiate between tear gas and gunshots. They'll just start with that. And you know, I'm say probably in Hong Kong, and I hear that, and I just know that things are hot in Kenya, and it takes a lot of convincing. So until we change that mindset, until we also start viewing sport a lot more seriously as a contributor to the country's economy, we will struggle.
And let's say the Safari Sevens tournament was going to be a good place to see how the Kenya Sevens team, of course, is, considering that the last season was not a stellar performance. So then what happens now? So does the Kenya Rugby Union look for another tournament to probably, you know, just have a look at the team, or then what happens in the absence of the Safari Sevens and, you know, before the 2017-2018 season kicks off?
Actually, the team had been lined up to play in a tournament in South Africa. That is still in place. The beauty of this is that it was on the weekend of the 28th, the Asupol Sevens. It will still happen. So in terms of build-ups, they'll still be there. It'll just be one less. Maybe as a consolation, the Accor squad has been training. So I do believe that the conditions for preparation this time round are better. And moving forward, I think we'll have a solid start to the season.
I think there's also Safran
Eric, what are your
Sevens.
feelings as we wind up?
I think there's also Safran Sevens in Namibia. We should go and play there, because if you look at the teams that were playing in Germany last weekend, October 1st, and they are still going to play in the US in the November 5th. I mean, we need to play many matches if we need to catch up, because playing only in Asopol in South Africa, that's not enough, considering our competitors are playing matches weekend in, weekend out, and see how we performed last season. So Asopol then plays Safran and maybe another tournament before Dubai Sevens. That's the way to go. Yeah.
And of course, you know, Uganda qualified for the World Cup, and those are some of the things that I really wanted us to talk about. But we're going to end it there this afternoon, gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming and putting in your insights, especially more on the cancellation of the Safari Sevens, because that's one of the things that has really been a talking point in the sports world this week. Michael Kwamba from the Kenya Rugby Union, Homeboys Radio and Raga House, Eric and Jiru, just letting us know their feelings about the state of rugby in the nation. My name is Lino Shira, and that's why we bring Scoreline to a close. But do stay with us, because we'll be bringing you all the highlights and all the results and, of course, fixtures that you need to know in our subsequent bulletins. Do have a very good afternoon.